I think it's time for another layering video, don't you? Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vicky and I love all things fragrance, body care, beauty, and I love a good haul. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. Okay, so I've been stalling on doing this layering video because I received a question about something to layer with Armani C, and I haven't worn the scent in so long, and I honestly think that my rollerball is just too old at this point, because I feel like I've had that rollerball since 2014, and I think that's a little too long to have a fragrance, you know, especially a rollerball. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to finish it or just buy a new one at some point. So if you already have a tried and true combination for Giorgio Armani's C, please leave it down in the comments, because I don't think I'm gonna be using the one that I have. But I have a ton of layering combinations for this video. I thought about breaking them up and doing the ones that are from my project Use It Up in one, and then some of the other ones I tried out in another one. But you know what? Y'all just got to get all this work. I'll just try to go fast through some of them so that we're not spending too much time on the ones that we don't spend too much time on. Okay? All right. So with that being said, I mentioned this in my recent perfume haul, and I mixed ruby apple and rose. It's ruby apple and rosewood. There we go. Ruby apple and rosewood with apple juice from Zara. So to me, this is a nice scent. I think that this scent is a little more brighter than apple juice. Apple juice is more on the warmer end of the spectrum, I think, from those woody notes in the base. But in my opinion, I still believe that this is a unisex friendly combination. So if you enjoy wearing scents that don't lean either way, then I think together this will be a very nice pairing. Next, this one we're going to attribute to Conceited Menage. Let me make sure. Pretty sure I'm saying it correctly. Conceited Menage. And that is pumpkin pecan waffles. And I still feel like my ring light is doing too much. Let's try that again. Pumpkin pecan waffles and oud bouquet. Now, she said she used Shagaf oud. I don't have that, but these two, they say, are pretty comparable to people that have both. So, again, definitely not for the faint at heart. So keep that in mind. Let me pull up the notes to oud bouquet in case you are not familiar. So this is from the Maison Lancome line, which I guess is technically their niche line. Maybe, correct me if I'm wrong. But this has oud, praline, rose, vanilla, guaiac wood, and copahu balm. And in my opinion, this is a toxicating vanilla, kind of sweet. You get the rose note in here, but if you know what oud smells like, that deep woody note, then heavy on that oud. And this is definitely on its own a very intoxicating scent, and separately they're both very strong. So I was nervous about pairing them together because I thought that I was gonna just be overwhelmed, but baby, okay, Miss Conceited Menage had me out here like leaving all types of scent trails. It was just like everything. And I sprayed this, I went outside that day and I sprayed it on my coat, and I could literally smell this on my coat like 4 days later. I had sprayed 3 different other scents on that coat, and this combination was still holding on strong. Next, I may have mentioned this on a previous video, but I can't remember, and I'm not going back to watch. So a wild card, Rouge elixir with House of Sillage Benevolence. Sugary, just sugary, and this is like sweet and creamy, And I think together they actually went together pretty nicely. Now that I'm mentioning it again, I feel like I did mention that because this is like fruity sweet, so I didn't expect to like these two together. Also, I forgot to pull it out, but I did try Rouge Elixir with Carolina Herrera's Very Good Girl, and I'm gonna call that a wild card because I'm not actually sure how I feel about it, because I don't think the red currants were playing nice with each other. I think that this is much sweeter than Very Good Girl. I think that is more of a tart red currant, and this is more of a sweet one, probably because it has that almond cream, so it's sweeter, a little more creamy. So they weren't necessarily clashing with each other, but I think you probably have to enjoy the red currant note in both forms, sweet and tart, to enjoy layering those together. Next, we are going to tribute this one to my girl Linnea, who's always leaving me a green heart. It's like somebody told you green was my favorite color. I don't know how you knew, but it is. And that is Almond Blossom with Elie Saab's Girl of Now. Y'all, eyes rolled to the back of my head, all right? Like, if you are not familiar, Almond Blossom is a warm scent, definitely warm and cozy. Soft, warm, and cozy. And Girl of Now, this one is thick, syrupy, thick. And I think that when layering this with something, you either need to have it be something that's on its level, like pumpkin pecan waffles we saw before, or something that's toned down so that this can shine. And I think that Linnea definitely gave us a good one with this one, because Almond Blossom just lets this do what it wants to do. All right, because I'm pretty sure this has almond notes in there anyways. And yes, yes, yes. And we are going to get your name right every single time, okay? The next combinations kind of had me in a bit of a chokehold because I just couldn't believe how much I was enjoying it. And it's berry waffle cone and raspberry jam donut. Now, this was definitely a scent that I was just like, I don't know why they made this. You know, I thought that like it was an issue, like an error, but y'all see, I got a good amount of that like done. And I've been wearing it with raspberry jam donut. I feel like the only way I'm able to survive berry waffle cone for now is to wear it with raspberry jam donut. So that's why when I layer it, I will use more of the berry waffle cone when spraying and using the lotion, because I'm nervous that if I run out of raspberry jam donut first, then I probably won't finish this. But I also think I need to try this with champagne sprinkles to see if I like those together. If so, then, you know, we'll see. But these are both part of Project Use It Up, and you see I am doing my best to use it up. And just as an FYI, when people were wondering how can you get through these and how can you use them, you have to spray, okay? I said it before so many videos ago, I spray until the ancestors say that's enough, okay? I just keep spraying and spraying because there's so much like liquid in here, and the only way for you to really get through these is if you spray generously. So keep that in mind. Even when using your lotions and body creams, use your stuff generously, otherwise it will really just be sitting around. It'll take you forever to get through them. Next, I finally tried Sensual Amber with Flower Bomb. I wasn't the hugest fan of it with just plain Flower Bomb, so I mixed the regular Flower Bomb and Flower Bomb Nectar when wearing Sensual Amber. Works like a charm. I've had these travel sprays for a couple of years at this point, and I'm ready to get rid of them. So now I know I can probably wear these another 2 to 3, maybe even 4 times and just overspray, and I should be done with these. But yeah, this was definitely given what needed to be gave. Next is a bit of a wild card depending on your scent preferences. I mentioned this also. Open Sky with Cacharel. Yes, I am fabulous. I think this is the purple one. And this is the one that has that hazelnut and heliotrope. This is your tart berry that's also sweet and creamy in the dry down. Oh, this smells so good. And I can't wait until I get through this so I can buy another bottle. And Open Sky is more on the fresh end of the spectrum, but I feel like they complement each other. In my opinion, that's how they cooperate on my skin. I'm not guaranteeing you're gonna have the same results, but I feel like if you have a bottle of this, maybe not a travel spray if you're not interested in experimenting, but if you have a bottle of this and you have open sky, I feel like it's, you know, worth the try. Then next up, I wore my Love Cotton Candy Champagne with strawberry soda. And how I did this is I used my full body care set for Love Cotton Candy Champagne. So I used the body cream. I used my strawberry soda body cream. And I did not use the strawberry soda fragrance mist because I felt like both of these fragrance mists would just be too much together. But ultimately, my goal was to see if I was going to keep this because this was in my empties video. I decided to keep it and just use it to spray on my skin right out of the shower since I feel like this is kind of sticky on my skin. So if I spray it on before I put on like my body creams, then, you know, this will be fine to keep around. But strawberry soda is super strong. If you guys can't tell, like I barely spray this. When I spray like 1 to 2 sprays and that's it. But using that combo, I didn't use this fragrance mist. I'm just not gonna go find the body cream. I layered with this, and there's something else that was in there that I am forgetting. Pink sugar. Okay. I had to go find the picture. Pink sugar was the perfume I used on top of all of that. So it was definitely a sugar rush. So if super duper extra sugary sweet scents are not up your alley, then please don't do that to yourself. But in case you don't know, that one is definitely going to send your sugar levels through the roof. Next, we're going to get into this warm donut sugar because it don't make no sense how much of a chokehold this lotion has had me in. Okay, like this is so good and I just can't rave enough about it. And it's, if you like the smell of donuts, especially sugared donuts, okay, I'm not gonna say you need it, but okay, you won't be disappointed. And I mixed this with a couple of different things. So one, I mixed it with Mary Cookie, just these two first before I added anything else. I wore it like this, loved it. Then if you want to start adding other things to the pot, you can do Mary Cookie and the iced cinnamon rolls. I have a Mary Cookie body cream around here somewhere, so that's how I did it. I layered this lotion, that body cream, and both of these. And then when I wore it with Mary Cookie, I did use the Mary Cookie body cream with this lotion and just wore it like this. You can take Mary Cookie out, wear warm donut sugar with iced cinnamon rolls. That's fine. Another way I wore this is this with my Joy Sugared Snickerdoodle. I used both lotions because it's essentially cinnamon and sugar, right? Because that's what Snickerdoodle spice is cinnamon and sugar. So to me, they worked out fine together. So both lotions and this spray. And then one thing I try to do, we'll throw this in as a wild card of the mix. So on top of this one day, I just sprayed it on one side just to see how I like it. I put a couple spritz of my matte creme de nude. And this is a dusty, powdery vanilla scent. And initially I was like, ooh, I don't think that was a good idea because something in this opening is, you know, interesting. But once it warmed down into this really creamy vanilla scent, I was like, yeah, I can get with this. So it's definitely much better in the dry down. I think one of the notes, yeah, a note in Joy Sugared Snickerdoodle is creamy vanilla. So you got it's creamy in the dry down. So if you can, you know, thug it out, then thug it out. But this might be a wild card, but it might not be. This is cinnamon sugar, fried dough, vanilla bean, and sugar. And Snickerdoodle spice is sugar and cinnamon, right? So that's, I feel like it's the same thing. And it's got creamy vanilla and sugared musk. So again, this is definitely another bomb foodie combination. Another one I did with warm donut sugar and Mary Cookie. I also had iced cinnamon rolls, and I brought out my baby Benevolence. Y'all, it ain't make no sense what that scent bubble did for me. Like, it was so sugary, edible, sweet. It was just so good. I was like, oh, like, I love it here. I think I'm not 100% sure, but if you want to try one of your caramel scents like Love by Kilian or Caramel Overdose, you could potentially try it. I'm not saying that it'll come out the same because there is not a caramel note in Benevolence. So try at your own risk. Don't blame me if you don't like it. So the next combination may or may not be a repeat, but you know. Mary Cookie, Christmas Cookie. I'm pretty sure I mentioned these before. And I threw in my Caramel Overdose. These two scents are already pretty similar in my opinion, so they already go well with each other. And you've got that sugary sweetness you're adding on top. So that was everything. And then we're gonna swap out Mary Cookie. And yesterday, well, last night, I did my EOS Vanilla Cashmere with my Christmas cookies. With the Christmas cookies lotion, we're gonna assume, just for the most part, unless I say I didn't, that I used the full body care for these things. So Christmas cookies with my Vanilla Cashmere and Caramel Overdose. Stop playing with me. It was just everything. So something else I wore, I mixed Mary Mocha with hot cocoa and cream. Y'all already know that this was it. And I wore Kilian's Black Phantom. That scent is not for the faint at heart. Keep that in mind. I have a sample of it, and I can't spray more than like 4 sprays of that when I apply it, but it was still every single thing. Now, the funny thing is when I picked this stuff out to wear, I was going back and forth between this and Vanilla Mocha Latte. Well, I have the newer one, the Vanilla Mocha Cream, which they says a repackaged for Vanilla Mocha Latte. And I ended up going with Mary Mocha. But it just so happens that Britt DeBella, we were on the same page because I couldn't decide what I wanted to wear it with hot cocoa and cream. Did I want to go with Mary Mocha or did I want to go with Vanilla Mocha Cream? So next time I wear it, I will definitely break this out. So, you know, we was definitely here with it, girl. So we're gonna add that combination. We're gonna add this one to the list, and we're gonna attribute that to Britt DeBella. And also, as another FYI, I have not gotten around to wearing every single thing that's on my Project Use It Up list because I'm trying to wear some of these scents like for multiple days in a row so that I feel like I'm putting a real dent in them. I feel like I can't put a dent in it if I use it once a week. So I'm pretty much gonna give myself a good month to run through some of these items that I'm mentioning in this video, and then like towards the middle of February I'll break into some of the other scents that I haven't really tapped into yet. Next I have Snowy Peach Berry, and I mixed it with my honey cranberry oil, the honey cranberry lotion, which I forgot to bring over here, and I threw my Nicki Minaj Majesty on there. And this is something that I virtually never wear. And to me, this is, it has like some berries in the top. It's also got a very musky dry down. So this might be a wild card, might not be. What I will say is that it's a nice scent. I wore it for bedtime. Definitely a nice bedtime scent. So it's a great way for me to get some use out of my Majesty scent because it's not a scent that I particularly find that I love. And the next combination, we're gonna start with a similar base. So we've got the Snowy Peach Berry and Honey Cranberry lotion included. And I used my Winterberry Wonder Fragrance Mist. And for the perfume, I broke out my Ariana Grande Thank You Next 2.0. If you're familiar with some of these, you'll know that this is all pretty much heavy on that cranberry scent. And when I think of cranberries, I think of fall fruits. So I think of apples, Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one. I also spritz Kayali Eat and Juicy on top of this. In my mind, cranberries, apples, pomegranates, I can pretty much put them all together, and it was definitely, you know, a vibe. Now I will say, as far as that Kayali Eat and Juicy, let me go grab it. So as far as this Eat and Juicy, I will say, okay, even though it's not a heavy scent, if you spray too much of this, in my opinion, you're gonna smell like air freshener. So if you wanna use this as a couple spritz on top, but not too many, do that. Otherwise, you're gonna get that air freshener vibe, and there's not gonna be anything I'm gonna be able to do for you. So those are all the combinations I've been wearing pretty much over the last like 3 to 4 weeks. My project use up technically started, I recorded that video on the 9th, and it's only been like 10 days. So I'm gonna try and give that like a full month before I switch to the other items that were on the list, because I'm trying to really put a good dent in some of these and actually use stuff up if I can. But that concludes this layering video. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in my next video.